a man whose wealth and influence shaped the course of an era, paving the way for the modern concept of billionaire status. Join me as we uncover the secrets, the struggles, and the triumphs that propelled Rockefeller to legendary status in the world of wealth. This is the story of how one man's vision changed the course of history forever. When considering today's richest individuals, tech moguls such as Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk often come to mind. However, the wealthiest entrepreneur in history passed away nearly a century ago. This is the story of Standard Oil, the monumental enterprise established by John D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller came from modest beginnings. Born in 1839 in Richford, New York, he was the oldest child of a traveling merchant who called himself a botanic physician, but actually sold homeopathic remedies. This environment taught Rockefeller the art of hustling and the value of every penny. He led a nomadic life, assisting his mother by raising turkeys and doing various odd jobs. In 1854, his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where Rockefeller attended a proper school for the first time. Less than a year later, he dropped out to work as a bookkeeper at a local produce broker, earning $0.50 per day. After 2 years, when his bosses refused to give him a raise, he started his own produce brokerage with a $4,000 loan. In its first year, the business recorded sales of $500,000. Rockefeller's life took a pivotal turn in 1859 with the discovery of the first American oil well in Pennsylvania. He recognized that the real profits were in refining oil rather than drilling for it. By 1863, when a rail line connected the Pennsylvania oil fields to Cleveland, Rockefeller was prepared. He gathered a team of chemists and engineers to refine the process and market byproducts like paraffin wax, tar, and naphtha. By 1865, Rockefeller's refinery was valued at over $70,000 and was one of the largest in Cleveland. In 1870, he founded Standard Oil of Ohio. His strategy involved acquiring competitors by demonstrating his company's financial strength and offering them positions within Standard Oil. Those who resisted faced steep price cuts, which eventually drove them out of business. By 1880, Standard Oil controlled more than 90% of the oil production in the United States. Rockefeller's dominance extended to the transportation sector. He negotiated rebates from rail companies, but this practice of backroom deals stirred up controversy. In 1882, he created the Standard Oil Trust, which held stakes in over 40 companies. His empire included 20,000 oil wells, 4,000 miles of pipeline, and employed over 100,000 people. However, competition and regulation began to challenge Rockefeller's monopoly. Massive oil deposits were discovered in Russia and Asia, developed by the Rothschild family. In 1890, the Sherman Antitrust Act was passed, and by 1911, the Supreme Court ordered the breakup of Standard Oil into 34 separate entities. Ironically, this breakup made Rockefeller even richer, as the successor companies like ExxonMobil, Chevron, and BP became industry giants. At his peak, Rockefeller's wealth was estimated at $400 billion in today's dollars. His tactics were ruthless but effective, making him the richest businessman ever. However, his life was not just about accumulating wealth. Rockefeller was a devout Baptist and a generous philanthropist. He gave away $550 million to educational, religious, and scientific causes. Rockefeller's early life was marked by his father's deceit and financial instability. William Avery Rockefeller, known as Big Bill, was a traveling salesman with a larger-than-life personality. Despite his charismatic nature, Big Bill struggled with money and maintained a double life with another woman, Nancy Brown. This upbringing instilled in John a drive to never be like his father, and a determination to succeed on his own terms. At 16, Rockefeller took a bookkeeping course and started working as an assistant bookkeeper for Hewitt & Tuttle, earning just 50 cents a day. His reputation grew, and he managed to secure a $4,000 loan to start his own business trading goods like hay, meat, and grain. His business acumen was evident from the start, earning $450,000 in its first year. The Pennsylvania oil rush of the 1850s and 60s presented a golden opportunity. Rockefeller saw potential in refining oil rather than drilling for it. He built his first refinery in Cleveland and soon partnered with Henry M. Flagler to form the Standard Oil Company in 1870. They began buying up smaller refineries and consolidating their power. Rockefeller's strategy of selling oil at a loss to bankrupt competitors proved highly effective. By 1880, Standard Oil refined 90% of America's oil. Rockefeller's empire was vast and his methods ruthless. He even attempted to monopolize the railroads, negotiating discounted rates for shipping his oil. When the Pennsylvania Railroad tried to build its own refinery, Rockefeller fought back by laying his own pipelines and ultimately buying out their refinery. Public backlash grew against Rockefeller's monopolistic practices. The Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 targeted Standard Oil, and by 1911, the company was forced to split into smaller entities. Yet Rockefeller's wealth only increased as he held shares in these new companies. Despite his business tactics, Rockefeller was also a pioneer in philanthropy. He believed in the Christian practice of tithing and donated millions to education, science, and the church. He founded the University of Chicago and supported Spelman College in Atlanta, an all-black women's school. His generosity extended to giving dimes to strangers, a practice he maintained throughout his life. Rockefeller's personal life was relatively private. He married Laura Spelman in 1864, and they had 5 children, though their daughter Alice died in infancy. Laura was his confidant and advisor, and their marriage was a partnership based on mutual respect and love. Rockefeller's alopecia in his later years led him to lose all his hair, but he remained active and engaged in his philanthropic efforts. Rockefeller retired from Standard Oil in 1897, passing control to his son, John D. Rockefeller Jr. The breakup of Standard Oil in 1911 didn't diminish his influence. It only diversified his wealth. His investments in the successor companies ensured his fortune continued to grow. In his later years, Rockefeller focused on philanthropy and left a lasting legacy. The Rockefeller Center in New York City, built during the Great Depression, created jobs and revitalized the economy. It remains an iconic part of Manhattan, especially during the holiday season. Rockefeller's life was a blend of ambition, strategy, and generosity. He was a man of contradictions, embodying both ruthless business practices and deep philanthropic commitments. His impact on American industry and society is undeniable. Let's delve deeper into the nuances of Rockefeller's strategies and their lasting impact. One of the critical aspects of his success was his ability to foresee and leverage opportunities in emerging industries. While others focused on the immediate gains from oil drilling, Rockefeller's insight into the refining process and its byproducts allowed him to create multiple revenue streams. This not only maximized profits but also minimized waste, showcasing his forward-thinking approach to business. Rockefeller's business practices, though often criticized, were innovative for their time. His method of integrating vertically and horizontally ensured that Standard Oil maintained control over every aspect of production and distribution. By owning the entire supply chain, from drilling to refining to transportation, Rockefeller could set prices and outcompete others. This model of vertical integration has been emulated by countless businesses since, proving the effectiveness of his strategies. His influence extended beyond business into social and political realms. The wealth and power he amassed gave him significant influence, which he used to shape public policy and societal norms. For instance, his philanthropic efforts were not just acts of charity, but strategic moves to create a positive public image and secure his legacy. By funding educational institutions, medical research, and public infrastructure, Rockefeller not only helped society but also ensured that his name would be remembered positively. Moreover, Rockefeller's approach to wealth distribution was ahead of its time. His structured method of philanthropy, involving the creation of foundations and trusts, set a precedent for modern charitable organizations. These entities allowed for systematic and sustained contributions to various causes, ensuring that his wealth had a long-lasting impact. This model of strategic philanthropy has been adopted by many wealthy individuals and organizations, influencing how charity is approached today. Rockefeller's ability to navigate legal and regulatory challenges was another key to his success. The formation of the Standard Oil Trust was a brilliant legal maneuver that allowed him to maintain control over his empire despite increasing scrutiny. This adaptability and legal acumen helped him stay ahead of regulators and competitors, ensuring the continued growth of his business. In his personal life, Rockefeller's values and principles played a significant role in shaping his decisions. His commitment to frugality, discipline, and hard work was instilled in him from a young age and remained with him throughout his life. These values not only guided his business practices, but also influenced his approach to philanthropy and family life. Rockefeller's legacy is a complex tapestry of innovation, ambition, and generosity. His life story offers valuable lessons in entrepreneurship, strategic thinking, and the power of vision. By examining his journey, we gain insights into the qualities that define successful leaders and the impact they can have on the world. Rockefeller's legacy is a reminder that with vision, determination, and strategic thinking, individuals can achieve extraordinary success and leave an indelible mark on history. John D. Rockefeller's journey from humble beginnings to becoming the world's first billionaire is a story of vision, strategy, and impact. His innovative business practices, strategic philanthropy, and lasting influence on society exemplify the qualities of a true pioneer. Rockefeller's life offers timeless lessons in ambition, leadership, and the power of giving back. If you enjoyed this video, you might like the one on the screen. Thanks for watching.